this trail is longer than I expected and a little harder than I expected or remembered. Of course, I was a little younger last time I was down here. That's my excuse anyway. He's back. Steve and I has been going different direction. I went to South 17. Steve goes to Colorado.
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was fantastic. Colorado up in the Rocky Mountains is just awesome, especially
the Rocky
for
Mountains.
a Flatlander guy like I am here in Missouri. But yeah, you went to a bluff and I went to some 14er mountains up there near St. Elmo. You said you've been there before?
Yeah, I remember the name. I don't remember a lot of it, but I
probably remember the movie from when you were younger. But
yeah, St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I'm not that old. The hard drive still works. It's just a little slow. We are at Clifty Creek Conservation Area, and it's fall. Now, I did a trip down to San Antonio. Steve went to Colorado. I think we missed peak color. I know we missed peak color, but right before I left, the colors were looking real good. Driving in here, we saw a beautiful scene, but really we didn't have any place to pull over and photograph. There's ground fog, and the sun, daylight savings time kicks in on Sunday, so we're out here. What time is it? It is 7:26, and the sun's just barely up. But we're gonna go down. There's a natural bridge at the end of this trail. We're gonna go down there. What was your preconceived, Steve?
All right, preconceived ideas. In other words, what's happening in my brain before I show up, because like Mike says, we like to make our luck. We go there with plans, and then usually it turns out to be plan B that works out better.
Never works.
Yeah, but anyway, plan A, there's a natural bridge, and those are formed by water. And so what I'm hoping, because all the leaves are down, that we get down there and there's going to be some still creek water with a carpet of leaves sitting on top, maybe one red leaf right in the middle of it all, that kind of leads the eye up to the natural bridge. That's the idea. I've never been here without dogs and other people and stuff like that, so we'll see what it's like.
We're the only vehicle in the parking lot. It's a Friday. It's the 1st of November. That's hard to believe, but I don't think I've ever been down here on a weekday.
No.
Last time I was down here, I was still working, so it had to be a weekend. So we're going to go down there and see what we can find. Come along with us. And I never say this, go back, look at our other videos. We need some thumbs up, but more than that, we need you to subscribe to our channel. Give us some comments, give us some feedback.
Yeah, the bluff, we didn't mention this before, the bluff video you shot, you had your drone out, and the light kissing the tops of the trees down that Ruby Valley. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, and I forgot my drone today. I was going to bring it, and I was going to do the same thing. I shot that from the top of the parking lot there.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, go back and look, subscribe, click yes, or thumbs up.
Come with us. So here we are. This is the natural bridge. I don't know, we kind of walked down here and it's a little disappointing actually. The water used to run right through here, and it kind of sounds like it's just coming from there. There's no water. There's some further up there, but a natural formed bridge. 2 rivers used to go through here, what formed it. Well, where's your red leaf in the water?
In my imagination, I suppose. Yeah, there are leaves at the bottom of the puddle. I don't see any red leaves, and there's no carpet of leaves.
I see is those bushes down there facing back this way. There's a little color underneath the bluff, but so far as color, the sun is just hitting the peaks up there.
That might, I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to look, if the sun will eventually hit the cedars on top and not the rest.
Yeah, I don't know either. Huh. This is photographers with disappointment. I think we may still find something.
Oh, we found something back in the woods. We'll get it. It's about that tall.
Yeah, I've seen a couple leaves that might make a nice close-up. They call those intimate landscapes.
Yeah.
So we may do some intimate stuff, but right now, looking at this bridge, I'm not seeing anything, but I'm gonna walk down that way and see if I can find something. So far, the only thing I see of interest is that tree right there, that leaf. I was expecting some color down here, and the only thing we have color on is these bushes in the river. There's a little yellow up that way, but even if I add a lot of saturation, there's just not a lot down here. I like the sycamores, the white sycamores against the bluff, and maybe when the sun hits it, it might stand out. I don't know. We got nice and warm coming down. How far was that hike?
I'm not sure. We thought it was a mile. It felt like 5. I'm just kidding.
It felt like, and not 5, but it felt like we were hiking quite a ways.
Yeah, I'm sweaty. I had to take off a layer, so.
So Steve and I are tag teaming on this one. That little rock right there, we're gonna use it as a foreground element. That tree, and you can see the sunlight hitting. We may have to move our camera bags.
Yeah, it's has gotten easier. The more you practice it, it does get easier. So while I could still hold the camera upright, I went ahead and did my exposing for exposure to the right. Although it may change once we're down here and the sun starts touching.
Now, disadvantage with this camera and is that Steve does not have a tilt screen on it. So unfortunately, he has to get down camera low.
Yeah, to see my histogram, I actually have to take a picture and then
look at the histogram.
Yeah, here it comes, and boom, there it is.
Oh, you got it. Well, there's a peak. That's probably the sky back there. There was a little peak, wasn't there, to the, I couldn't tell. My eyes may be wrong. No,
peak
it looks
over.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just barely touching on the right side. So
that's exactly what you're wanting.
So f8, 400 shutter speed, which was surprising. 400?
What's your ISO?
100.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is surprising. It's brighter than I thought it was going to be.
I think you're right though. It's because there's so much sky in the photo. You know what? I think a vertical would.
Might be better, yeah.
A lot of leaves in the photo now, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So the white rock, and I can see the bridge out there. I'm level. This looks like a place for focus stacking too. And then for editing purposes, I usually take a photo of my hand so I know what's coming up next is a
focus stack.
Yeah, and I think every time we say we need to make a card.
We say
Card's over there.
Yeah.
About 20 yards away.
We need one that we just stick in our pocket or hang on a tripod or.
It's just an index card that I could hold up, but I always forget it. So anyway, starting at the bottom, moving my focus area to the bottom, which is down there. It's probably hard to see in the video. Go ahead and focus. It does its little breathing activity. Push, wait 2 seconds, snap.
Oh, that looks pretty good. I like the exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're gonna focus where?
Well, one time you taught me to just do the diagonal.
Yeah.
This time I'm just gonna go up to the next.
Yep.
Partially into the photo. So.
And Steve's using back button focus.
Yep. Something else you got going on with me last year.
Yep. And now he's gonna focus on probably on the bridge.
Yeah.
At f8, he should have plenty of depth of field. F8 because we're guessing that's a sweet spot. We haven't tested his lens. We need to do that sometime.
We've only had a year to do it.
Yeah.
And then I've learned that when you are focusing, you'll see your lens breathing, is what I've heard it's called.
Yep.
And then when you're editing also, I think when you take it to Photoshop and you click on the different layers, you can see the picture breathing then too. But don't worry, Photoshop takes care of all that.
Yep, we do an alignment in Photoshop. This is not your first rodeo.
I had a good mentor.
Had? What, he passed away or what?
Yeah. When he gets me home in his car, then he'll be done. Yeah, we came here for the bridge, and it might be one of those days where we will take some pictures of the bridge, but we end up abandoning it to get some of these interesting.
And on the way down here, we may be taking some pictures leaving here because it looked like some neat stuff, and we may just do it handheld.
Yeah, so plan B's, we said let's start.
Down
Blue
here.
Jay's mad at us.
Yep, he's really loud too. Oh, he's right behind us.
All right, what kind of fancy pants camera do you have?
I have a Nikon, fancy pants. I have a Nikon D850, It's a full frame camera. The advantage of a full frame camera is that it deals better with noise. You can get away, it has a little more latitude than what Steve has on his crop sensor. But if you've looked at our pictures, Steve's Milky Way shots look just as good as mine. You can get away with more cropping on a full frame because of the megapixel count. But a lot of people get carried away with megapixels, and it's really, most of us post our pictures on Facebook or social media. Okay, first thing I see that I have wrong, I have it on auto ISO. The native ISO on this is 64. I do have live histogram on mine someplace. There it is, right there. So it looks real dark right now. Whoop. And I'm gonna open a slower shutter speed.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go F8. Now I'm down at F8, I'm down to 1/3 of a second. Well, now I'm just gonna wait for the sun to come over and see if we get any dramatic lighting.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist since he was the one who found the shot and had me come over. Mike decided to set up in front of my gear a little bit, and looks like you're going for the, I'm not behind you to see your composition.
Well, what I've got is I've got the white rock in the foreground.
Yeah.
This branch going off to the side. I got a little bit, it's hard to tell that that's a natural bridge from this angle, but I guess I'm going to go get a polarizer and see if it takes some of this glare off the water. So I've got a polarizer in my bag.
All right, Mike is over there. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
He's doing his shot of the rock and the branch and this long, it's not really a puddle, but it might as well be. And so he'll probably insert that right about now on the video what his picture looks like. And when we came over here to grab something, we noticed that right in the reflection, maybe if I hold that up, even though the sun's not on the evergreens up there, it is starting to show through in the reflection down here. So I'm gonna try to set up and capture some of the reflection.
Oh yeah, I see your reflection now. See what Steve's got right there, that little light coming. I'm hoping that
histogram still looks good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the light really lights up the background there for you. Right here, vertical.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, a vertical with the, it's coming, the woods are on fire.
All right, histogram's good.
Now, this right here, this dead area right here,
yeah,
I would tilt it up and get a little more of those trees.
There you go. Look how smart you are.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was telling Steve, it was cold this morning. I got out of bed about 5, and if it wasn't for Steve, I wouldn't be out here today. Now I'm glad excuse me, glad I made the trip.
All right, so histogram still looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and
you're gonna do another focus stack?
Another focus stack, just because they're so easy to do.
Yep.
All right, Mike, you've scouted around and you have found something. What have you found?
I've got this little pool right here, and I've got the arch of the bridge underneath here, but yeah, it looks interesting in the camera. Everything looks, excuse me, everything looks good in the back of the camera. It's when we get home and start editing, you start thinking, why did I shoot that picture? Here's what I got, Steve.
All right.
Kind of different. I'll do a little video recording on this so you see what I see. Now it does crop in a little bit, but here I saw this puddle down here first, but I kind of like the lines of it. We'll see. F11. My histogram is touching the right. I'm going to focus about 1/3 of the way into the scene and fire. Self-timer and exposure delay both. And there's my picture. I'm wondering maybe something like this too. Yeah, I'm getting nice lighting right here.
So let's see how that looks in the back. Yeah.
Let me do another recording, video recording, and again it crops the picture. So I just moved moved the camera to the right. Still had the puddle in it, but I'm liking the color back there where the sun's hitting the back hillside there. Here we go, focus and fire. And we'll see.
Yep.
Okay, go find something else now. Well, we turned around as usual, and there's a nice picture behind us here. So, but our camera bags were in the way, so Steve and I went over and grabbed our camera bags.
All right, so for bracketing, I can bracket it manually, or I can hit that button on the side.
And do your exposure compensation. No, that doesn't work in manual.
Okay.
You could do it in aperture priority, and that's the way I taught you last time.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I led you astray, man.
No, you didn't lead me astray.
Go to aperture priority since you got it set up. A for advanced.
Yeah.
Okay, and pick your f-stop, and it's going to pick the shutter speed to make a normal exposure.
All right, so I got F8.
Yep. And your histogram is going to be off a little bit because it sees all that sky. Now hit your bracketing button, your plus minus button. It's on top here.
Oh, we haven't used this in a year.
And then go quite a ways. Is that plus or minus?
It's plus.
Okay, we want to go minus. We want less exposure.
Oh, and you can see it changing on the back for change.
Oh, go all the way. Keep going. Keep going. I think it does 3. Oh, it does
Looks like
more.
I go up to, whoa.
5.
5 is where I go.
5 stops. Go ahead and shoot one. And then go back to 3 and have a just in case one.
Yeah, we haven't shot this way in a long time.
Yes,
since Patty Creek.
that's what we want. So go that now. Go minus 3 or 3.
Here's
There you go.
3.
That's an easier way to bracket on your camera.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think 3 is going to be the one, but you never know. So what did we learn? Aperture priority on his camera, because he does not have a live view. We're getting more
Right.
fog.
And I forgot all about the bracket button, which
Now
is
make
what
sure you zero out your bracket button.
that'd be like shooting everything at 1,000 ISO when you meant 100.
Now we're starting to get the light. It's touching the trees on top. We're getting some through the little cave bridge there. Steve's working a composition he had earlier. I think he's going to have a little more pop in this one.
Should. Yeah, I don't know if I'm set up in the exact same spot, but
He's got a little reflection in the pool there. Patience paid off.
yeah, I'm glad we didn't come and look at it and say, oh, well. go
Well, let's
back
get
home.
out of here, yeah. Okay, so histogram to the right, and I'm shooting at f11, 13th of a second, ISO 64. Let me record a little on my camera, and it does crop. And that's what I see in the camera. I'm focused a third of the way into the scene, f11, and fire. I need to shut off that beeping noise. I just never done it. So the lighting is strange this morning. Over there behind Steve, it's kind of foggy, and the light keeps coming in and out. It's a soft light, but Steve is patiently waiting for the front of the bluff to light up here. That's a light-colored rock there.
Yeah, doesn't even have to light up much, just a little bit more.
Turned out to be pretty. Now the light is just overwhelming.
Oh, but here comes some bright light, and then there it goes.
Yep, 1 minute's there, 1 minute's gone. There's the master.
I left all my stuff down there. Yeah, thank you.
This is what we saw on the way in. What's this called, Steve?
I think it's, I don't know. I call it lichen, but I really don't know if it is or isn't.
What f-stop?
4.5,
Shutter speed?
125.
Yep. Auto ISO?
Auto ISO, yep. Hardest part's holding still. I like it. I've got a couple. Good shots. Yeah, I think it's definitely something to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty thing.
Oh, we got pretty sunlight breaking through the trees up there.
Yeah, we do.
So the sun's breaking pretty over my shoulder here. My nose is running. And our bluff is just covered with sunlight right now. It's just too contrasty. But I'm gonna go down here and see if I can backlight something.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for the fog to clear and to expose that bluff, but I'm glad we didn't stay because we were back up in the woods, and once that did happen, it was just washed out, super
washed
bright.
out and contrasty and everything. But we're gonna head home. We're going down the old highway. If we see anything, we'll stop and take pictures. But I'm thinking as blue and high as the sun is already, it'll probably just be a drive home. Okay, if we see more, I'll record more. If not, this is the end of the video. Come back, see what other adventure we go on.